is Nurhaziqah Syaziah BINTI Muhammad HAZRI. My matrix number BB221105661. Today, I'm going to discuss an important and complex question. Is it morally acceptable to buy and sell pollution rights? This topic touches on environmental, economics, and ethical perspective, and it's relevant to how we approach global pollution and climate change. Let's start with some definitions to understand what pollution rights are. Pollution rights refer to permits that allow a company to emit a certain amount of pollutants into the atmosphere. These rights are often part of a system called cap and trade, where a government sets a limit or cap on the total amount of pollution allowed and then distributes or sells permits to companies. If a company reduces its emissions, it can sell its excess permits to others who may need them. In theory, this market-based system provides incentive for companies to reduce pollution, as they can make a profit by selling their unused permits. However, the ethical question remains: should pollution, which harms the environment and public health, be something we can buy and sell? Now, let's look at some of the arguments for and against the idea of trading pollution rights. Arguments for: number 1, incentives reduction. One argument in favor is that cap and trade systems create financial incentive for companies to reduce their emissions. By making pollution costly, companies are more likely to invest in cleaner technology or reduce waste. Second is cost-effective. It is seen as a cost-effective solution, allowing companies to find the most economical ways to meet environmental goals. Instead of enforcing strict regulations on every company, the market determines the most efficient way to reduce pollution. Third is flexibility for companies. Trading gives companies flexibility. A firm struggling to reduce emissions can buy additional rights temporarily while it works on cleaner methods, allowing for a more gradual and adaptable transition. Now we move to arguments against. Number 1 is moral concerns. On the other side, many argue that allowing companies to buy and sell pollution rights essentially puts a price on environmental harm. This approach can be seen as unethical because it treats pollution as a commodity, undermining the moral obligation to protect the environment. Number 2 is risk of inequality. Wealthier companies can afford to buy more permits, which may allow them to continue polluting, while smaller companies bear the cost of reducing emissions. This could create an imbalance and potentially increase pollution in certain areas. The last one is potential for misuse. There's also a risk that companies might use the system to appear compliant while not making real efforts to reduce emissions. In some cases, it may encourage companies to buy their way out of environmental responsibility. So, in conclusion, the question of whether it is morally acceptable to buy and sell pollution rights is complex and has arguments on both sides. While cap and trade systems offer a practical approach to reducing emissions through financial incentive, they also raise ethical concerns by commodifying pollution and potentially allowing wealthier companies to avoid real change. Personally, I believe that while trading pollution rights can be part of a broader strategy for environmental protection, it should be implemented carefully with strict regulations to ensure that it truly leads to reductions in pollution and doesn't simply become a loophole for companies. We need to balance economic incentive with moral responsibility to ensure that we are not just shifting the burden but genuinely working towards a cleaner environment. So lastly, thank you for watching. I hope this discussion has given you insight into the ethical dimensions of trading pollution rights. This is a critical topic as we move forward in addressing global environmental issues.